Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So quite a few months ago I did a big makeup declutter with my friend Kate. I'll link that video below. It was the big decluttering my makeup collection. So we had like 72 minutes of footage of us decluttering everything that I owned. I hadn't ever done a major declutter. I had only ever gotten rid of things that had expired and stuff like that. So now that I did that big declutter, of course my collection again is growing because BoxyCharm, Ipsy, all the things, plus I buy things. So it's quickly gotten out of hand again, not in a big major way, but just in the sense that I have some items that there's not necessarily anything wrong with them, it's just I'm not reaching for them anymore. So I'm going away with some friends. My husband and I are going away with some friends this weekend, and I thought it would be really fun if I brought, a little bag of makeup for my girlfriends to pick through in case there was anything that they would like to have. Just because, like I said, there's nothing wrong with this stuff. It's just I'm not reaching for it anymore. So I thought I'll go through that stuff with you guys. I probably won't ever need to do like a major declutter again. I think what I'd like to do is every 6 months or so do something like this where I go through and I just kind of look at what I have, what am I using, what's been sitting there untouched, and pass those things on. So I thought I'd go through those things with you guys, and let's get into it. So the first thing is I think the most sad thing in this whole bag. This is an Urban Decay palette that was given to me by a friend / client a couple of years ago for Christmas. It's, I don't know what the palette was called. Oh, it was called the Feminine palette. I just realized it was written on the side. So I loved this. I used it like obsessively when I first got it. I literally used this color called Bordello up almost right away. I went back to try and buy the color like individually, and they don't sell it individually. So I used it a lot. As you can see, I've hit pan on most of the colors in there. And it's a little bit bulky. I have colors like this in other palettes, and I just don't seem to be reaching for it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a beautiful palette. I've always really loved it, but I'm just not reaching for it. And it's an Urban Decay palette, and the colors are beautiful. So I thought, rather than it sitting there, not getting used, I'll pass it on to someone who can give it the love it deserves. So that's the first thing I'm passing on. I've got a handful of lip scents that I'm getting rid of. So I stopped selling lip scents, I want to say, gosh, it's probably been, I want to say it's been like 6 months. I don't know if it's been that long, but I stopped selling lip scents quite a while ago. I do still have a pretty decent collection of colors, and I do wear them occasionally, but I find certain colors I'm just not reaching for. So I've got a fistful of lip scents colors and a lip gloss. I never liked their matte lip gloss. I just never liked it. And I know my friend Kate uses it, and this one, it may have been used one time. So I thought I'd see if she wants this, because they aren't cheap, and you need the gloss to go with the colors. So I'm gonna pass that on to her, and then I'm gonna give her these to pick through if there's any there that she wants. They're mostly dark colors, and what I find with the dark colors is I'm like a lip chewer, so I'll chew the little bits of it off, or if I eat at lunchtime, it's hard to touch up the dark colors in the lip scents. I find if I'm gonna wear a dark color, I just reach for like a liquid lipstick because I can touch that up throughout the day if I need to. So I'm gonna pass these on. I know she was looking for a fall color. She had talked about Glam Doll. It's in here, so I'm sure she won't take all of these because she is a minimalist, but I'll give her some options, and whatever ones she doesn't want, I'll pass on to someone else. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 colors there. So the next thing is this e.l.f. blush palette. So this is the blush palette in light. I've talked about this before. I've had it for a long time. I haven't hit pan on any of the colors. They're huge pans. I have other individual blushes that I seem to be reaching for. These ones are very, like, half of the palette is very cool toned. This is almost more of a bronzer, and then this is a peach. And I just find I have other singles that I'm reaching for more often. This is a great palette. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just sitting there. And then I had a couple of blushes. So Kait had mentioned to me a few weeks ago, she's a minimalist, right? So she wants a highlight, but she doesn't want a highlight because she doesn't want to have a bunch of extra steps and a bunch of extra things, which I totally get. And I have a couple of blushes from e.l.f. So this one was in my most recent e.l.f. video where I tested out, I did like a full face of e.l.f. makeup. I'll link that video below as well. But this was the blush and highlight duo, and it's beautiful. It's just, I have other blushes exactly that color, and I have other highlights that color. So I don't need this. It came free with my order when I did my e.l.f. order. And then this one here is called Pixie, and it's like a really glowy pink blush. So I thought I'd offer her both of these or either one of these because she could get sort of a blush and highlight in one type situation with this. So I thought I'd pass those along to her. I also have this Pacifica palette that I got in a Ipsy bag. I got that really early on through Ipsy, and it's nice. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just not reaching for it. I have these colors in other palettes, larger palettes. There's no transition color in this. They're all shimmery, so I can't just take this with me if I'm traveling, so I decided to pass it on. I actually used this on one of my girlfriends when I did her makeup for a party or something, and the colors were beautiful on her, so I'm thinking maybe she'll want this. And so I also have this L'Oreal True Match Lumi highlight. Again, I used this, I hit pan on it right there, but I've gotten a lot of highlights and highlight palettes between, you know, Ipsy, BoxyCharm, BoxyLuxe. Like, I just have others that I'm reaching for, so I decided to pass this on. And I do really like a blinding highlight, and this one is much more subtle. Okay, so then I have these 4 eyeshadows. So these are sort of like loose pigment eyeshadows. These are actually made locally. I got these as a gift. They're made locally, and they're all natural, like mineral pigments. I don't really care for loose pigments personally. I prefer pressed. I just find it's a lot of fallout, and they seem to fade on the eyes fairly quickly. I'm fussy when it comes to eyeshadows. There's nothing wrong with these. I'm just not using them. I've had them for ages. I keep hanging on to them thinking one of these days, you know, but somebody else may as well love them. Now, the last one of the sort of eyeshadows is this. This is old, but it's so pretty. It's an Annabelle loose glitter, and it's sort of this bluey purple color. It's really pretty. It is not the color for me. When I put that color on, my eyes are blue, but they're like a gray blue, and when I put this on, there is no color in my eyes. It's almost like too gray, too close or something, so it's just not flattering on me. I have a pink one of this that I love that I am keeping. And then the rest are lip products. So again, I really love liquid lipsticks and matte lipsticks. Those are sort of my wheelhouse of what I enjoy to wear and what I find stays on me the best. So I have a couple of lipsticks that I'm getting rid of. So I have this e.l.f. one. It's called Wine Tour. It's beautiful. Love that color. It's very similar to what I have on. I just am not reaching for it because I'd rather grab a liquid lipstick that I know is going to stay. And this is a, what is this? Revlon Pink in the Afternoon. I bought this at Target ages ago. It's a beautiful color, but not on me. When I put this color on, it's like too peach or something. It just doesn't look right, so I thought I'd pass that one on. I've got a few TG lip glosses. Something about the smell of the TG lip glosses just really turns me off, so if that doesn't bother somebody else, they would enjoy these, but for me, oh, I just can't. It has almost like, do you remember that lipstick smell from years ago? That's what they smell like. I'm not into it. And then the last thing is this Bodyography liquid lipstick in the color Stripped. Now, I bought this. They were on sale at my local supplier. I bought this thinking, oh yeah, that's like a really different nude. I was really excited about it. No, it does not look good on me. It's a pretty color, but it's too, I don't know if it's too light or too peach, but when I put it on, I look like a corpse. It's just not a good look for me. So that's it. It's not a ton of stuff, but like I say, I think I'll do this every so many months, just kind of go through what do I have, what's not getting used, what do I not need to keep, and what can I pass on to somebody else who could love it more than I do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you do, hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.